Hello everybody, it's Wednesday, it's my day, let's begin. So I kind of like the idea that labels can justify or like increase the frequency of certain behaviour because somebody else has given it to you. Like I suppose it's like relishing in the good parts of labels. So to take an example from like my own life, everybody thought I was weird when I was a teenager, which allowed me to do whatever I wanted and I didn't have to put up with their awful annoying just ugh. Who's popular and who's not and who's dating who and who cares? Nearly swore again, which apparently we're allowed to do because Kevin says so. The thing that I find most interesting about labels, I suppose, is that it's what somebody else views you as, not necessarily anything at all to do with you. So, for example, I am currently wearing my Lamb of God hoodie. Wear it loud, wear it proud. I don't know how you wear clothes loudly, but that's not the point. But because of that, certain people who don't understand like metal music and hard rock and whatnot just assume that I'm some kind of blasphemous, violent person who probably shouldn't be messed with. And that is a benefit to me, to be honest. I don't have to talk to people. People don't think I'm friendly, even though I'm lovely. You all know I'm lovely. But you see, I have done nothing wrong in that label. I just enjoy a band. And other people are in the wrong here. And why should that affect how I live my life or I view myself? To me, that kind of label is just like, well, you're an idiot. You're ignorant and you stereotype, and this is why the world is a bad place. All the isms come from there, all the nasty labels about race and gender and sexuality and all that messy stuff that's all hateful and I don't really want to get into. But those kind of labels don't hurt the people who are being labelled, they just hurt society as a whole from getting on, which I don't mind because I like being on my own, I suppose, is my point. Wow, this got a bit survivalist very quickly. I'll be fine on my own, I don't need any of you guys. And that's why I'm on a collab channel, where I talk to 4 other people because I don't have any other friends. But on the other hand, of course, that kind of can have negative connotations. So labels, if somebody labels you as something offensive or derogatory or just plain bad, you can sometimes play to that because you think that it's your only way out. I know it's a problem for a lot of people that if somebody views you as something, you're stuck at it regardless of what you do to try and better yourself, and then eventually you start to believe what is usually awful, hateful crap. So I suppose I don't really have an answer as to whether labels have been useful or not useful in my life. People tended to leave me alone because they thought I was a lunatic, violent person, and then people tend to just leave me alone because I do my own thing, and that's quirky or weird or whatever. So I've never had to be put up to somebody else's approval because they don't care. And that's been great for me, which means I can do all kinds of stupid stuff, like put my face on the internet, and I'm okay with it because I never had that kind of nasty internal competitiveness that seems to come when you start to put people into groups. I don't really have a conclusion on how and what I think about labels, I just kind of rambled for a bit. But here's something that I think I want to add to the conversation. So I do a lot of social science stuff because that's my thing, studying essentially human behaviour. And all of you who do hard sciences now are going, not real science. But you see, that's the thing. And everybody who doesn't know what we're talking about is going, aren't those people who just want to fit everybody into little groups, add labels to them, if you were? Well, yes, that is what we do. But here's the thing, right? We acknowledge that labels are useless. We do not pretend for a second that labels are universal, but they are helpful to studying people. No matter what social group or theory you're talking about, be it in your everyday life or, as I do, academically, it doesn't really, your aim is not to streamline this mass variety of people into one group, give them like 4 characteristics and call it a day. That's not your job. Your job is to understand the people in your life as easily as you can. Because the simplest answer is never right, pretty much. Yeah, never right. I'm gonna go with never right, although you're probably all gonna disagree with me. So, the point of these labels is to give us nice, easy shorthands so that we understand something before we get to actually know it, or in the case of people and labels, them. Not to be like the be-all and end-all and the mass explanation and everything's done now, woo, great kind of thing. That is not the point of labels, at least not academically, and I don't think it should be the point of labels in our everyday life. I think we should use them as a starting point, and only a starting point, and we should understand their limitations. So, to take an example from my life again, if, say, I was wearing this, and someone went, cool t-shirt, all of a sudden we know we have common ground. We are both metalheads. A label that was not given to us, like we didn't want it, but we've got it now because we wear these clothes, because we like the bands on them. But now we have common ground of which to engage in a discussion. Madness, right? But those labels allow, like, us people in society to be like, you in the Back Tower Murder t-shirt. Good band. Good band. You listened to that latest, it was good, wasn't it? Fucking, yeah, you wanna go for a pint? Kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm saying now. I kind of just, I was going for a conclusion and then I just rambled some more. I guess what I want you, the viewer, to take away from this video is labels are only as good as you want to make them and only as useful as you want to make them. Let's not pretend they're great, let's not pretend they're bad either, okay? They're useful and you shouldn't see them as anything else than a tool. Which I suppose is what, like, real adhesive labels are for. It's like, I'm not sure if this is mine or not. Make sure you come back tomorrow for DK's video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And do actually, like, talk to me in the comments. It is one of my favourite parts of this channel. Bye.